everyone. Hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hey, Zorp. Hey, Darkslayer. Hello. Holy Homeless. Hello, hello, everyone. Hello, we're all here. We're all here together. Snacks together here strong. I'm not feeling that strong. I have to be honest. Oh my god, I had a riding lesson this morning. And okay, we were outside in the arena riding around. I was on my butt horse, the one who's the most stubborn, because I'm the adult rider that can ride on a stubborn horse and won't cry, like unlike the little kids. And like, okay, we were going around the arena at a trot, so we were going pretty fast. And I was getting close to my trainer, and she was trying to encourage the horse to go faster. So she like started clapping her hands really loud, and it spooked the fucking horse, and the horse jumped to the side, and I ended up falling off the horse and landing on my arm. And now like, okay, and you remember, did you ever see Kill Bill? Let me see, maybe I can find a picture of this. Let me see if where Uma Thurman comes out. Whoops. Uma Thurman punches her way. Hey, Zorb. Uma Thurman punches her way out of a coffin, and she like digs herself up out of the dirt into the open air. And then like it's the middle of the night. Like she's having these montages where she's remembering her like kung fu training, and she's like punching like 1 inch away from herself, and she like just punches out of a coffin because she was buried alive. She punches out, and she digs her way up out through the dirt and comes out, and she walks to like a diner or something, and like from the diner's perspective, they just see like a dirt monster coming at them, eyes wide open, super white, but the person is just completely covered in dirt. And whenever they walk, they create this cloud of dirt that just follows them. They're covered in dirt. That was me when I got up. I was covered in dirt. My wrist hurts. I almost broke a nail to the point that like I was like gushing blood from one of my fingers. And I was just like, fuck. As I was falling, I remember like trying to cling to the horse's neck because I was just like, Jesus. Snake not falling off a horse for a month challenge impossible. It wasn't even me or the horse. It was the trainer who was clapping her hands, and she readily admitted, she was like, that was my B. And I was like, fuck, I feel terrible. I got back on the horse and rode, but now my left wrist is so fucked up. I felt so upset. I had to go to Costco and I got myself an ice cream, which I just finished, and I ate half a glizzy, and it's already starting to hurt my stomach. So yeah, that's what happened today. I was a dirt monster. Oh, okay. All right. We're just gonna go ahead and get into talking about. Thank you for the headpads. For talking about what happened on Mahjong Monday tournament. So, oh, Lauren, thank you for the pads as well. I think did really well. The thing that happened that you should know about is that we aren't going to be back at the tournament for some of the final stuff for the end of this month, but we got very far. We made it through the first round of the Monday, and then we made it. Then we didn't make it. We were like right at the cut line. On the second round of Monday. So if you don't know, each Mahjong Monday tournament day is broken into 2 rounds of 2 hanchons. So you play your first 2 hanchons, and then they looked at whoever made a certain cut. The bottom 8 people were cut. And then your score was wiped. You know, your score determined whether you made the cut or not. Whoever had the bottom lowest scores, you know, were cut. And then we played the second half with, like, you know, starting at 0, you play 2 hanchons with your table, and then the bottom 12 were cut. So 20 people were cut yesterday. Yeah, the bottom half gets taken out back and shot. So I'm really excited to see next week, like, because we have so many friends who are going to be playing. Monica, Vivi, a lot of people we know will be playing games. So we'll have to watch them and cheer them on. I'll probably be hanging out in someone's chat and just like watching. Kias, oh hey, Zara, Koji, hello. How are you? Hello, hello, hello. We're gonna review my games from Mahjong Monday tournament. Let's take a look-see. So again, I made it past the first round, and then I got cut in the second round, and I was right at the top of the lowest 12 players. So that's fine with me. I thought I did really well. I think some of you guys were worried. I was really upset. I think the thing that you should know is the only time I'm really upset is when I feel like I get tilted. You did well. Thank you. I did my best. I did a pretty good job, I think. And you can tell me what you think about my performance and if there's anything that you would change about some of the decisions that I made. But I felt like overall the decisions were relatively rational. And I feel like I can't feel bad about that at all. Enter log. Okay. Actually, no, I go to my log. What am I doing? See, I'm all discombobulated from my fall. It must have like knocked loose some of my brain cells. But look, see, I had a second and a third place and a second and a second place. I rewatched Momo's VOD. Damn, she rated our gameplay so much. Sad. Oh, your tables? Oh no. Did she tell you that you had to write an essay? That's usually when we get in trouble. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at the first Hanchan I played. The first table I was in, that my table mates were, and you probably know Copper, Snack was there, and Wolfborg. So we're all VTubers, so it was a really nice VTuber table. Now the usual, why did you cut that? It was Ishan 10. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty classic. It's hard sometimes because you feel like you have to make certain cuts, or like you don't, in the moment you don't realize something immediately that becomes apparent if you're outside of yourself. But yeah, let's take a look at the first game. Again, I got second place. Hello? There we go. Just takes a second. And I have everything open, so you can just let me know what you need me to look at. Maybe I should also here. I will be on this side. I will be on this side, and I will shrink down a little bit. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Relax, lady. Okay, wait, let me fix that. Okay, is that fixed? Fuck. Wait a minute. Hold on. Transform. Center to screen. Okay. All right. I'm the one who needs to be fixed. There we go. Oh, I thought you got eliminated despite you got double second. No. I got through the first round and I got eliminated on the second round. So the double second got me through the first round, and then the second and the third got me eliminated. But we'll talk about the conditions of that. Okay. So this was me on the first turn. I had like a kind of shitty high pie. I drew a 6, and I just thought to myself, I'm just going to make a series of rational cuts. So I cut the green first. West is my seat win, so I thought to myself, like, I'll keep that for a little bit longer. But then, I was just like, fuck it, never mind. I don't want to keep West. What am I talking about? I forgot that this was cut twice. So, I'm just drawing things. I'm cutting what doesn't make sense. I drew a 3-2p, and I was just like, fuck, I'm gonna have to drop something. I guess here now I would probably drop 6M, right? I did. And then I drew 5M, which sucks, so I had to drop that. But the 3 came in. The 6 came in again. The 2 came in. White came in. Is there anything abnormal about this tournament rule set? This is Sowanko Chance, yeah. The big abnormality about this tournament rule set is that Kate included open Reachy into the game. There's open Reachy, which dramatically changes things because it essentially can give you like a Mangan or Hanuman. Did you ever open Ricci? Flippery floppery. Hell yeah. I opened Ricci. Actually, all of us did. I was trying to get everyone at the table to do more open Ricci because I thought it would be amazing. I thought it would be fun and a good time. And I would just like to say, I feel really bad because I think I was distracting Copper. Like Snack and Wolfborg had both. We were all in VC together, you know, to have like light pleasantries, you know, just to talk with each other before the game really started. And then Snack and Wolfborg, you know, really wanted to lock in, so they. Oh my God! Hi, Mewy. Yeah. Open Reach is very strong. Yeah. We were in VC and we were chatting with each other for a bit before the games, and then when the games started, Snack and Wolfborg, they used the deafen option, so they were muted and deafened, and so they couldn't hear us. And I think Copper muted herself, but I like just didn't do anything. And I feel really embarrassed because I thought Copper had deafened as well. She hadn't, she'd only muted. So like a couple rounds into the game, I just started doing my usual bullshit, which is I just started, hey, I see you did me. Oh yeah, Copper, hi. I got embarrassed because I didn't realize that you could hear me. Do you remember? I just started going beep beep boop boop. Like I started doing like little like beep beep. I like literally started saying beep beep boop boop boopity beepity. You know, like that. Like I was just starting to do like little beep beeps. I do that sometimes, just like left to my own devices. Like when I don't think anyone is listening, I'm just like do 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 do. I like come up with like little songs. I thought it was professional Mahjong commentary. Okay, Minus is saying the question is, do I cut 1P or 6M in this hand? That is the critical moment. Everything after the 6M cut don't really matter after you make the decision. Yeah. I mean, you'll see I just cut the Dorotal because I see the 2 cuts here. And I think I commit to the idea of trying to get the Sananko. Oh, whoops. I'm not doing the turn. There we go. I commit to the idea of the Sananko, which is good because I didn't realize at the time, that there were some dangerous tiles in place, that Snack had very secretly been in Dama this whole time. And he admitted later, I think he said something to the effect of like, oh, you know, he realized he had been doing a lot more Dama. And I you know, my style of play is like very open and aggressive. So it's interesting to play against someone like Snack who's really good at strategy and like making very clear, concise choices that help him negotiate these kinds of tricky moments. He had a really good 3-sided weight, you know, even though 4P he didn't know at the time was kind of dead. But I didn't give up these. Yeah, I think so. I took that in, I saw the Sananko opportunity, and I just thought to myself, I'm going to try and get it. Wolfborg, of course, goes ahead and reaches. And Snack Zumos. So it doesn't matter. Snack has a Mangan and it just takes over. That's the first round. Okay, second round in High Pie. Not great, I would say. This is like medium bad. Medium bad. Yeah, it was close. It was close. But, you know, unfortunately, again, I had a couple of really good hands, and then I had a couple of rounds where my hands just didn't exist. You know, they weren't in this realm, you know? So we go ahead, we just make the logical cuts that we usually make on our tiles, you know, getting rid of things, collecting way more pin tiles. Okay, Spectator's Game. I don't need it to see more after these 2 hands. Yeah. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Like, I don't know. Is this 3M cut reasonable? I draw the 2 so. I cut 3M. Should I have been thinking about a different hand here? I don't know. I think around here too, I was just thinking to myself, is this going to finish faster if I do a Tanyao hand? 3M cut is just fine. Yeah. Thank you. South going on. Okay. It's fine, but I prefer 1P. Let's go back to that. Yeah, because the 1P idea is a good one because you can think about Tanya really early. I think I hadn't really committed to Tanya at this time because I thought like, oh, what if I get something that's a little bit more flexible, or there's a possibility for an Itsu, for example, as a way to gain additional points. But in any case, like, I make the choice to cut the 7M as the most isolated tile. Here, you can start thinking about Itsu a little bit more. So you cut south, you cut white. Roxanne gets into Tempai with a 4P. I forgot what I did here. I cut the 9P, bold and brave. And then I chi to get this. I chi Roxanne's 5 because now I know I have to commit to a Tanya hand if I want to try and finish out this hand. You don't want to take a lot of time on cut like this. A bit of a suboptimal play is fine as long as you didn't do any big mistakes. 3M cut makes sense because 3-4 is most likely to get 2-5 instead. Yeah, that was my thinking on that too. I cut this and then I cut red. I drew the 5, which was good. And here I think I probably cut 1P. No, I cut 2. I cut 2 so. Which is a little bit of a push. That is definitely a push. But it works out. There's a 1P there. I know 1P is safe. I cut 1P. I draw an 8, so I probably cut green. Yeah, I think the thing is I made in some of these hands, like I made suboptimal pushes. Like the better idea is to cut 1P, right? Because it's slightly less scary. But it's also equally like, could it have been that she sets up like a pseudo Suji trap there with 4P? I don't know. Like she's waiting. She made a choice between two things that she wanted to do. I don't know. Probably not. Probably the 1P was a fine cut earlier on, but I think it's fine. We get this, and then we start cutting the green. Here, I honestly probably just realized like, oh, I made a really brave cut early on. I might not have the kind of temerity to push further. Let's see what I did here. I cut 8, so and I dealt in, I think. Dealt in. Yeah. Yeah, and I dealt into Roxanne. It was for a small penalty to Han. And I think we joked about this later. Copper and I joked about this. By the way, when you review, you should hide other player hand. Oh, okay. I got it. Let's blah 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 blah. Okay. Yeah, I kept hitting you with 2K hands. Yeah, Copper and I kept trading points back and forth, and she kept taking my points, and I would take her points, and it was a fun exchange back and forth. And then you hit me back with manga, and I didn't mean to exactly, but yeah. So this was my high pie. As you can see, not good. You can imagine a 1-2-3 Sanshoko here. You can imagine a 1-2-3 Sanshoko here. And I think I remember this hand slightly. I think I limited myself by thinking about that Sanshoko way too much. And I should have been a lot more flexible in my thought. But let's just see how exactly I did, because as you know, my memory is really poor. I don't want to know. I just thought it's funny. Yeah. By the way, what your goal for this table, first or top 2, is fine. Yeah. My goal was first or second. Like ideally, you want to be not third or fourth. You want to be not third or fourth. And there is something to be said for at this stage in the tournament, like going full gas. But at this point too, like we're in some of the sweatiest tables that you've ever seen in your life. Like, good God, it's some sweaty tables. And this was a sweaty table. It was a sweaty table. I mean, Copper is a really hard opponent. Snack is a really hard opponent. Wolfberg is a really hard opponent. Now, the thing you should know is later on, Copper and Snack do bully Wolfberg quite a bit. But it was just like, an unfortunate circumstance of fate, But this table overall was like hard. Okay, always makes sense with those stuff that affect your decisions. Yeah. A lot of my decision making was just like, I just want to make sure that I can get into the positive values. Mainly, I just want to prove to myself that I'm improving and I'm making much more rational decisions. A bit, really. Yeah. Like a lot. Yeah, it was a lot of bullying, actually. Okay, so here we go. I dropped west, trying to do rational decisions, dropping green, rational decisions, um, dropping east, rational decision, dropping red. You know, like the hand is kind of building, but not really. And again, I think the detriment of this particular hand, I probably got too caught up in Sanshoko. Sometimes ever since, I feel like within the past year, I've leaned into using Sanshoko as a Yaku much more frequently. I don't know if you guys have noticed this as well. I don't know if you've noticed this as well, but I have been doing a lot more Sanshoko hands. And I think the thing is, like, I I need to be more conscious and conscientious about not committing to a particular hand too early. You get baited when you learn about Yaku, yeah. Yeah, and Minus said, you know, in this type of tournament, playing like a gold bro is good. I mean, you say that, Minus, but can you be like more specific about what playing like a gold bro really means? Because I think I think you mean by saying playing like a gold bro that you're willing to make more risky choices about discards and disregarding, you know, like some of the, you know, doing a lot more pushing in scary situations, which is true. Play efficiency and open reachy. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, to my mind, you know, I really wanted to think a lot more carefully about utilizing the open reachy anytime anyone else before me had declared closed reachy. And that idea is like the best because you know that regardless, if you are in a condition where someone else has already declared reachy and you can declare reachy, you know for a fact once there's two people that declare reachy at a table, the two other people at the table will never, they will always like drop your discards. They are never going to push. They are never going to push. So you might as well chase the first person who has put a reachy in. Now, later, Suezo disagreed with me about this point. I think he thinks it's too risky. But to my mind, it is the tactic that you should use. It's actually OP. My standard is I open reachy when I have 6 or more tiles on my way. 6 or more tiles on my way. 6 or more tiles on your way. Yeah, I mean, well, let's say I was just a proponent of when someone else reaches, it's time to open reachy. 6 in the wall, yeah. Let's see what happens. I just make the decision to cut the most isolated tile, which is the 8. I could have also cut 8M. Draw the west, probably toss that. This is kind of next to each other. Probably cut either 8M, and I may have thought about cutting the 3-so, but you may want to keep the 3-so in case you can make an IPK or some other similar shape. But I cut the 3-so, which actually kind of worked out because I drew the 7, and I think probably here I cut the 5. Yeah, I cut the 5, and then I just start making like logical choices. Like a good ramen. Don't give any thoughts about your opponent and believe in your own chance, Tsutsuma. Yeah. So Minus's philosophy about not caring about your opponent and believing in your own chance, Tsutsuma, is really good if you have a good 3-sided weight, right? I really like declaring open reachy on a 3-sided weight. So I only do it under the condition of 3-sided weight where, having looked at the discards, I feel fairly confident that there's still tiles in the wall that I can encounter. Minus is even more risky than me. Just a 2-sided weight is good enough. I feel like scared to do that though. I feel like it's too scary to do that. I find Minus's tactic really interesting. It'd be interesting to hear, like, I don't know if there's like a statistic about this or like some sort of probability math that we should know about. But in any case, in this particular game, I continue making like regular cuts. I draw the what did I do here? Oh, I cut the 3M because I have a 2-3-3, and now I'm just like, I need to make this. Now, what I should have been thinking about is, what is my pair? Because I was, you know, if I'm going with the Sanshoko route, the 3P no longer becomes part of a pair. It becomes something else. Copper says, I also think it depends on the value of the hand. The higher the value, the better is normal reachy. Well, only open reach is round man if someone reaches first. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I think people's philosophies on it is really interesting because it does show a degree of risk and also like trust in yourself. I love roundman weights, and I always try to shape my hands for a Ryanman, but I also just have shit luck sometimes, and I know that the Ryanman weight that I get cursed with the most is waiting on 4s and 7s. 4s and 7s, and I never get those because no one ever wants to throw away a 4 or 7. This is one of the reasons I'm playing like a gold bro. Don't keep a safe tile here. Yeah, I kept safe tiles, and I tried to be more cognizant because I think in one of the mentoring sessions with Rox, when he was reviewing games with me directly over voice chat on stream, he talked about the fact that, you may want to keep your safe tiles a little bit longer so that you can just have something safer to throw at a later time. Payne wrote, I think this tournament is about winning one, maybe two big hands, then being very deliberate about not dealing in. I saw many people deal into called hands that were at least two hung with Dora not discarded yet. And then Saro Koji, this that comment. I think so too. I think one of the things I worked on in this was trying to be a little bit more deliberate with defensive plays as well, and trying to avoid dealing into people. Though at some points you'll see it too. I decide to push for a specific reason, which I'll go over later. Okay, so anyway, at this point, I'm like, okay, 29 tiles left. I should probably commit to this 1, 2, 3 Santrico, but it's gonna backfire on me, as you can see. Like this idea is kind of cooked because I don't have a pair. And yeah, so like I have to keep dropping these like slightly risky tiles. You know, now unbeknownst to me, they have become incredibly risky. You know, but that's okay. I'm an idiot, so I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep going. I cut the 6 first because it's more risky than the 8. But I think at this point, this is kind of shitty and you should cut the 8. Like now that I think about it, it's just like, ooh. Tournament is just much different than rank. You need to win hand more than avoid dealing. Yeah, win ones and defend. Yeah. 6S's third row is crazy. Yeah. I opened Ricci on 7, so wait. Minus, that's crazy. Sorrow says I would prefer folding, to be honest. Yeah, I think like in this particular, fuck them. Minus is so confident. He's like, I'm gonna get this. Fuck these guys. I'm gonna get this. Hi Talon. It's open hands. Okay, so we go forward. This is an open hand now. We go forward, and now I'm just like, oh shit, we've got 13. Open hand can't be open Ricci. We get to this point, and I'm just like, frick! I gotta get into Tempai. I gotta get into Tempai. Also, I don't have a pair. And also, what am I doing? Craziness. I dropped the 8, so no, you can't. Open Ricci is just normal Ricci, but you expose your hand. BS. Okay. Okay. Then you get here, you 7 so drop. I 7 so drop again. I 5 so drop because I've like overcommitted here. I've overcommitted and I have to make a change. I'm just trying to get into Tempai, and it just ends. It just ends. Like that just ends it. Yeah, I just come out of this with like this 1p like safety shot, and I just don't have Tempai, but I was trying to get to Tempai, but I didn't get it. Yeah, no, you can't. Open Ricci is just normal Ricci, but you expose your hand. Yeah, it's actually very. Oh, XSL. Thank you for the raid, XSL.
XXL_is_ here just raided with 5 viewers.
Thank you. Why are you watching Log Snake? We're reviewing our Mahjong Monday tournament games, XSL. I thought I would do it. I'm not feeling like 100% because I fell off my horse today. So we are going to just review logs instead of playing new games and just like look at what I did before so that we can talk through, you know, did I have better choices here that would have worked better. So anyway, I didn't have Tempai and I just gave away 1k to everyone else, which I think is very fair and it's not that bad for me. Metaphorically or physically falling off? Both. I fell off my horse, both metaphorically and physically. My cheek is bruised, actually. Like my husband told me like just before I got on stream, he was like, oh my gosh, did you know your cheek is like really bruised? It looks like it has a scrape on it. I was like, fuck. Oh yeah, I know. It's bad. Did he poke it? No, I think he was. Did he wash it for you? No, he took me to Costco and got me a strawberry vanilla soft serve ice cream. That's where I was just before stream. We were at Costco. We were buying like water. Yeah, it was pretty sweet. Yeah, he was like, "You've had a bad day," and I was like, "Heck yeah, I did." It was not fun. It was not fun. So yeah, so now we're replete in ice cream and bottled water in case of an emergency. Okay, so this hand, this high pie, not looking too shabby. It's pretty good. I probably cut 9 or green and red. I draw the 5p, which is super nice, and I cut 9. The 8p is fine. I probably start making rational cuts here. Yep, rational cuts. Yep, getting rid of the 9p. Yep, the 2p is useless to me. Yep, okay, rational cuts. Here, things start looking up for me. Probably cut the 4-so here. I cut the 4-so, gets eaten by Wolfborg, who's trying to make a hand with the North, which is very suspicious. Very suspicious. I'm going to just say that one more time. Probably cut 8p here because I'm thinking about making some transitional choices in the hand to both get more value and to set up for a different configuration. So cutting the AP. I don't know. Do you guys cut the AP? I feel like cutting the AP is good here because if you don't use the triplet of 5Ps as a triplet, you can like downgrade it into a pair if you want to cut 2, 3 at a later time or something. Like, yeah, you don't care about him. You have 3 Dora. Yes, I do have 3 Dora here, which is what I was thinking about. I go forward, cut the 4-so, cut the white. The 6p comes in, that becomes my pair. I cut the 3M probably. Oh, I cut the 5. I cut the 5. Interesting. Okay, I cut the 5. Hello, Kias, dear snake lady, not waifu who loves pancakes. Yes, that is true. I do love pancakes. I love see pancakes. I'm gonna cut the 2. So I don't know. Is this 5 cut like crazy? I could have kept it. 5M is fine. Yeah, you like the 5 cut. I feel like in the second row, this 5 cut is fine. This is like an efficiency cut. Just open Reachy. You do not open Reachy this. No one else is Reachy. And I think the problem here too, for Mongon, I think the problem here too is that Wolfborg is open. And you don't want to deal into... You keep the 2-so because you might deal into Wolfborg. Because look at his hand. I think he has a Hanitsu being built up. I think he has a well, are you talking about the 2M instead? We could have cut 2M instead. That's another idea as well. Cut 2M and move. Yeah. Yeah. So here we go on. I cut the 5M again. Oh, whoops. And we get a 1M. And now I have to make a devil's choice. Here's the problem, though. If you look to the left... Copper is now in Tempai with a 7-so. And then this is where things get crazy bananas. I slam, open Reachy, chase Copper. I'm chasing Copper. And Wolfborg is like, I don't want any of this smoke. And he's just making rational cuts. Snack is, I don't know, slightly pushing because he can see that I don't need a 6M. Yeah, I had slam. This is open Reachy. My hand is open Reachy. You see, it's like exposed. Everyone can see what I have. You have to just go. Copper drops a 4p, 2M, 4p, 7p, 1p, 4M. Okay, 2, 1, and I don't get it. Okay, so Exocell asked why open. I am in 4th place with 14,100 points in a tournament. Open Reachy gives you an insane number of points. It's actually OP. Copper has just Reachied. It's 300 versus forehand. I think it will make a difference. I think it does make a difference. And it securely shakes off Snack and Wolfborg from any plan of completing their hands. It completely shakes Snack and Wolfborg from completing their hands. Because with 2 people on this, oh yeah, I forgot. I think this is also the one. Okay, so one thing you should know is Copper accidentally clicked open Ricci instead of closed Ricci on one of her Riccis, this may actually be the one. Like on the table, they don't actually show you what the Ricci is. Normal Ricci is fine. Yeah. Someone was 400 anyway. But I think the thing is like too, like I just said to myself, I'm gonna push open Ricci's no matter what. I think it's good to be known as a very aggressive player because it does freak people out at a tournament sometimes. It does freak people out at a tournament sometimes. And that it's good to kind of put the fear in people, you know, now and then. Yeah. Yeah, that doesn't matter. It does kind of matter. It does kind of matter because, like, I think a lot of people in the tournament evince their own nervousness about things, which may or may not have been real or not. But it's kind of useful sometimes to just like push them a little bit psychologically. Okay, next hand, kind of garbage. The true fear is Dama. Yeah, player in this level generally already use all their brain on the hand already. I think you say that, and then like I feel like in the instances where we've actually had people in VC, I think they get really nervous. I think they do get really nervous. The true fear is Dama, maybe. Anyway, we go forward. Whoops, that's not the one. This is the one. Okay, so I'm just making rational cuts. I made this choice to cut the 9 so early because I think it's not going to help me with blocks. I kind of am hoping for an east block here. So I cut 9 so, I get another 9 so, I keep it, I cut east. I cut 9M, I cut 9 so again. I don't know why I didn't cut the 9 so's consecutively. It's Dora acceptance. That's not 2. It's just I just forwent it. I just forwent the Dora acceptance. I just forwent it. Would you have kept them just for Dora acceptance? Because I feel like no one's tossing 7 so. And your likelihood of drawing 7 so is just kind of like... It's also possible I didn't check Dora. It's also possible I didn't check Dora. That's also actually real and true. That could be a real thing. I don't remember. You kept it? Okay, you would keep it. Well, I didn't keep it. I just kept going. Because I hate terminal tiles. You guys know that. And I'm Nagashi maxing, as you can see. Anyway, I draw 2. I have IPK possibility here. And I think here I start making decisions. I probably cut 7p. I do. I draw 1. I hate honor tile more. You know, we all have our preferences. I hate terminal tiles. I like the opportunity that honor tile sometimes brings you, especially if your hand's a bit shite, like mine is. But, you know, right now it's not shite. So we go ahead and cut 1. We draw 8. I look around the table to help me make a decision on what to cut. I see that Copper just cut the 3M, so there's slightly less chance of getting a 3M. I think I probably would cut 2M here, and I do. And it makes sense too because I just cut 1M, so, you know, whatever. I draw 4M, and here is where Big Brain probably kicked in. I would probably cut the West pair so that you can get a Tanyao hand and get slightly more points on this kind of shit hand. Yeah, the minus was thinking the same thing. Do you cut 4M or West here? And I cut West. And I cut West again. And I cut South. And I drew all the right tiles that I needed to draw. So I'm in Tenpai. You cut 4M. Yeah, I don't cut 4M. I do not cut 4M. Because I have some opportunities here. So I'm in Ricci. We're just going forward. I'm waiting on a 2 and a 5. I'm waiting, and I draw it myself. Sumo. And that Tanyao hand gives me an extra Han. It's Ricci Sumo Tanyao Pinfu Ura. 5 Han, 20 Fu. There are 2 Honba on the table. I get a lot of points for this. And it works out. Okay. This hand could be an Itsu. I still get 5,200 here there if I cut 4M. Yeah. I think it's like a slight difference. But I like my choice a little bit more just in case I can just push it that much more. Okay. Go forward. Making rational cuts. And here, probably cutting 7p. I'm possibly thinking about Itsu here. Yep. Getting closer to Itsu. This is where you would want to cut 8-so. I cut 9M because I forgot about Itsu? Fuck. You cut 9M, Mina says, because you can make it easier, right? And then you can figure out what your pair is a little bit easier. I like 9M. I like 8-so, lock the pair. Yeah. I mean, there's like two schools of thought on this. West drop, north drop, green drop, you know, easy choices, north drop. 5M here, kind of nice. Probably cut the 8-so here, or you could cut 1M. I cut 1M. Now here, I think I'd make a blunder later, but I think I probably cut 2M later. Uselessly. I cut 9M here. I think I keep 3P here just in case we get another Dorotal. I'll probably cut 8-so. I do cut 8-so. 1-2 is a bad shape. I want to draw 1-2 for another pair. 8 is useless. Yeah, cut 8 here. Cut white. Okay, here we probably cut 2M. Yep. We draw the 7 here, and this becomes dangerous. What would I do here? I like Itsu call chance your dealer. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I think I probably, like, I have to admit, probably at this moment where I dropped the 9M first, I probably just, like, forgot about the Itsu. Like, I just probably spaced as that as a plan. Because I probably, when I initially saw the hand, I was like, oh, Itsu. And then as I played, like, 1 or 2 rounds, I completely forgot that was my original plan. Because I have no long or short-term memory. Classic. Anyway, I drop this, I deal into a light snack, but for Tuhan. Because he had damaged the hand, I think. Which is fine for me. But yeah, after the 9M cut everything, I agree. Yeah. Okay, we'll go ahead. Did he dama this? He did dama this. He admitted like, oh, maybe I should have done fewer damas than I did. I mean, the hard thing about this, and I can see why he would want to dama this, is because in the third row of discards, like the ability to get the the Dora 4P tile would be bomb. Oh my god, it would be so good. It would be bomb. So maybe you want to like encourage people to do that, but it's such a it isn't the move that I would make, because I think I would just slam, because like none of your discards indicate really that that's what you're looking for, the 4-7P. You think it's a M1 mistake to dama there? Yeah, I would have been more aggressive there, but I'm also stupider, you know, so, but I'm also more aggressive. I mean, like when I say stupider, I always mean more aggressive. I'm a brute at the table, and it shows oftentimes. Okay, I need to stop clicking that same button because it needs to go. Okay. Next. East 4. This hand kind of sucks. Nothing to say about it. Yep, just make logical cuts. Just logical cuts. Here we could cut 2-so as the most isolated. I do. I get a 5-so. I look at this and I think about my life. I probably would cut 1-2 just because I can see I have like 1, kind of 2, 3, 4. I don't know. I probably actually cutting 4. 4M would be the good cut here. I cut 1P. I decided to cut 1-2 because I don't want to compete for that same 3-6. And luckily for me, this 5-so comes in. Are you winning? It's like, hey, Alto. We're talking through my Mahjong Monday tournament games, and I'm not quite winning yet, but I am in second place in this particular game. And Chad already knows I ended up getting 2 seconds in the first round of Mahjong Monday. So I get a second in this game, which is my first table. So I draw 5, so that's nice. So I, commit to the 2P drop. That's pretty good. I draw the 2M. I have 2, 4, 6 shape, 7, 7, 9, 9, 4, 5, 5, 5, 8, 8, 9. I probably cut 1 9M here. I have like slightly too many pairs. I cut the 2M. Wait, what is better? 2, 4 is 2, 4, 6. I feel like 2, 4, 6, 7, 7 as a shape. Does that get too annoying? And is that why I cut 2? I cut 9, so yeah, I was just thinking, like, as I was talking it out before I looked at what my decision was at the time, cutting 9M would be the kind of the move. Yeah, keep Chitoy, hedge. 9 so. You keep cut 9 so. Minus is typing something. I'm gonna give him a second to get it all out. I don't like Chitoy. Hi, Kiss. Hey, Gull. Hey, Gull. We're looking at my game. I cut 9M. Fuck Chitoy. Yeah, minus. That's based. Chitoy sucks. If you draw around other pairs, Tanyao shift. I was thinking that Tanyao shift would actually also be super good here in this hand because the hand's kind of garbage. You know, I think we all recognize that. I think Chitoy Denella is rude. It's not rude. I think we all recognize that this hand is a little bit garbage and too difficult. Too difficult. You might have cut 9 so first. So yeah, Gull has that as the idea. I mean, like there's multiple thoughts, and I think verbalizing it, at this moment I said I would have cut 9M, but in the past Kia's cut 2M. Sorry, my connection flickered for a second. Kia said she disagreed with minus and she liked Chitoy. No glitch. I think you heard me quite fine. Chitoy is the crab of Yaku. All hands become Chitoy. Is that what you mean, Alto? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I probably cut 4P here. No, I cut 4M. I guess if you're cutting 2 and 4, you might as well just cut. Yeah, if you're cutting 2, you might as well cut 4. Cut snake. I did. I kept snake. What is that? What did I cut? I cut 4P because it's more scary to do so later. Yeah, I cut the 4P because it was more scary to do so later, and I'd already committed mentally to the idea of having a lot of Ryonmins. 4P is a big mistake. We'll see. We'll see. I probably should have cut 1 so. It was another Chitoy when you already cut 2 4M. We'll see. 9 so cut here. I'm making a choice. Get the east. Cutting the east. I get another 5. Probably cut the 1 here. Yep. I probably should have cut this 1 so much earlier than the 4P. West cut. Fuck. That was 5 pairs. I will never do Chitoy, guys. I hate Chitoy so much. I cut 7M. Draw west. I start cutting here 9s. You know, I'm not going to finish out this hand in time. Now it's 9 mon. Yeah. Just cutting this. Hand is kind of garbage. Just keep going. Nightmare. Cutting west. No. Unfortunately, I should have cut the other west. I don't know why I cut 7. That was weird. But it's okay. This was another one of those instances where I just gave copper to 2K. And I fucked up. And you saw me fuck up. So it is what it is. Okay, this hand. Shiny. Gotta feed the copper mines. Yeah, gotta feed the copper mines. I mean, I found out every time I fed copper 2K, something good would happen to me like in another hand. This hand does suck. It is shiny, but it does suck. I think we all agree this hand kind of sucks. So let's just make some rational cuts. I cut west early. I was just like, fuck this. This west isn't gonna happen. There's 1 in discard. 1 is the door indicator. I don't think so. Typical 3-door hand that you never win. We'll see. We will see. I draw the 1P. I probably just start cutting my honor tiles. I cut 9M first. Actually, that's fine. I'm not mad at that. 2P draw, which is good for me. White cut rational, cut rational 8 so maybe. I cut the door tile. That makes sense because copper cut north, so I cut north. I draw the 7M. I'm getting some good draws here. Probably cut 9P around here. Nightmare, but at least I know I should probably cut these bamboo first. Cutting bamboo. Wolfberg is recheat here. I know that they have to push because they're in a bad place. So I start to be a little bit more cautious and careful here. Hopefully I don't make any insane choices like cutting 2-4, but let's see. I do cut 2-4. Classic snake. I'm in a lot of danger. Snack is once again Damad. We did not know how many times they Damad. I hope things don't get any worse for Wolfberg. Oh no, glitch. Oh no. Anyway, it turns out that these bamboo cuts are perfectly fine. Bamboo cuts are actually goated. Drawing the 2M. I cut 4. So I cut 1P. You saw this live? Wolfberg was fine. There's no danger from. Yeah, nothing happened to Wolfberg. Guys, don't worry. Twitch, what the hell happened? Wait, what happened? What happened? Oh. Oh, did you just have like a random sequence of like letters and stuff? Oh, what was that? Okay. We drew this. We just cut safe, hopefully. Yeah, I just kept cutting what I thought was like whatever. I couldn't really guess. I vote you go over all the games, Kias. No. Cut 4 so, sure. Cut 8 so. Yeah, cut south. Oh, I cut 5M. Oh, I must have. So this is where I started folding. This is where I started folding because I started getting nervous. I probably saw that no one had south, and then I just probably got really well. There was one south there. I probably got paranoid for a second. I was just like, wait, I should cut something that's a little bit. I could have cut south first though. I feel like that would have probably been fine. 4 so is Nakasuji. Yes, it is Nakasuji. Because of the 7 so's. We could. I don't know. I cut 5M. Copperhead cut 5M. In solidarity, I draw 3M. Probably cut the south here. I cut 6. Oh, 6 is also safe because Copper cut it. That's fair. Okay. I draw the 2S again. Probably cut 2S or south. I cut 2P because Copper cut 2P. Do you guys see I just follow Copper's lead? I'm just following Copper's lead because these are safe tiles. Okay. And then I cut 2 so, and Wolfborg gets the 1K on this. And that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. South 2. I have a nice Yaku here. The rest of the hand still kind of shit. Not a great high pie. But we can work with it. Draw 7. Ideal draw for this hand. Probably drop 1 or east. Probably east. I dropped 1. Okay, cool. I probably drop 1 or east. 1. I probably drop east at this point, surely. Yep. 3M draw. I probably drop 6M. 3. I dropped 3. Oh, wait. Yes, Copper had just dropped 3, so I just dropped 3. So that I don't have to make decisions. That's why I made that choice. Okay, Wolfborg, again, in Tempai. Dangerous, dangerous. I get a 7P draw. It's very nice. I probably drop 9P here, and I may have Open Reachy. Let's see. Is this Open Reachy? Or is it closed? Wait, let me... No, wait. It's Reachy. Is this open or closed? How do you tell? Fucking perfect draw after perfect draw. Yeah, it's good. It's great draws. Okay, anyway. We go. We go. We go. We go. We go. We continue going. I'm not getting anything. Closed. I think if I were open, the tile would lay down. Yeah, I think this is all closed. I think probably because I wasn't as confident, but I think I later was mad at myself and I said I should have open Reached as a scare tactic. But then I just drew. Yeah, this is closed. This is closed because it's more likely for someone to drop a red. And I get 4 Han. That's nice. And I become second in this game. Okay. Do you see how shiny the hand is? But also, like, this is another one of those hands where I could easily get obsessed with the idea of doing a Sanshako. Wait is bad for someone to know open reach. Yeah. So this hand is, again, one of those opportunities where I might get too addicted to the Sanshako idea, but I don't think I do in this instance. I don't think I do. Let's see what happens. Rational drops, please. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. It gets punned by Copper. I draw 9P. Brain starts working overtime. Probably cut one of these 2 8s. Cut an 8. 4 so drop. Probably cut the 1 so tile or the 8M. Cut the 8M. Here, probably just rational cut. Rational cut. Cutting the 1 so I'm not competing. Like, it's irrelevant. Have the 6 as a backup for something. Have the east. Okay. Rational cut. Now things start getting dangerous. Now things start getting dangerous. I can see that Roxanne has opened her hand. She has opened her hand. And I probably at this point, noticing like the quantity of pairs in this hand, I'm starting to think to myself, I need to make a change. You don't know it's dangerous. I'm getting weirded out by this con. I feel like I would be weirded out by this con. So what did I do here? I dropped 1p. I started making this choice. Now, it's not a good choice. I want to say, first of all, I recognize that it's not a good choice because 1p is not only in the same suit that this could have been a Hanitsu if we didn't already know that Copper was waiting on 2-5 so. This could have been a Hanitsu, and 1p like helps complete a sequence with the Dorotal, so that could have been disastrous. But I just decided to cut 1p. I mean, Wolfborg had cut 1p one round earlier, so it probably should have been fine. Okay. Great draw for me. The 4, I cut 1p again. 6, I probably cut 6p, but I cut 9p because I decide that I'm gonna go Tanya. Big brain, 9p. How would you have imagined, like with the beginning with our high pie, that I would have cut both 1p pair and both 9p pair, and it ended up being the correct decision? I don't know what kind of like psychic link I made at that time, but I don't know. This is normal. It doesn't feel normal. I don't know. It feels a little bit insane, but that's fine. I dropped the 6p. I'm in a good position. Monday Night Mahjong, big brains, fast hands, can't lose. Standard Mawashi. Yeah, okay. We continue on. I don't think I would have cut that, especially the 1p discard. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Go, as I said, you know, like there's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't want to cut 1p. There are so many reasons why you wouldn't want to cut 1p. So many. So many. So many. But I did. 2-so, drew the 1m. And then Copper Zimon. Minus says I would have cut 1p much earlier. Minus is ruthless. 3p pair is fixed. Yeah, the 3p had to be the pair. Wait, this one was K10 attempt? I think I was still trying to win. Oh, no, actually, no, you're right. It was a K10 attempt because I ate a 1-2-3. And then Copper Zumon was the story of this game. Yeah, and then Copper Zumon. South 4. Things get interesting here because, you know, everyone's fighting, but I think it's relatively quick. Hand's kind of garbage, as you can see. Garbage hand. Okay. Rational drops. Dropping rational stuff. 2-5-8, worst fucking shape of anyone's life. You get second here. Yeah. Second is not bad. It's not bad. It's like you will probably maybe live. Drop 9-so here. I'm thinking about the Dorotiles and like the value I need to accrue. If you don't bleed some of the 2k hands, you get 1 TT. Yeah. We continue. Wait, is this not the game I thought it was? This is South 4. I thought Wolf went minus 30k and Copper went 60k this game. That's the second round glitch. That's the second game in this round glitch. That's the second game in this round. 3, 4, 5. And here I don't remember what I did. Probably cut 1p. Yeah. Drew another 3, probably I don't know, cut something. Cut that 3m. Probably it might be nice to keep this 1-so just so that you have this value here. And I would maybe cut 6p. I cut the snake though. I decided no. I'm gonna have the 3, 4, 5 here instead. Probably cut 5. No, cut green. Doesn't matter. Oh wait. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, never mind. What are you talking about? Wolf won all the games. Wolf never dies. Yeah, guys. Wolf is fine. Don't worry about it. How's the review? It's going good, Sally. Thank you. Thank you for asking. Anyway, second place here. Okay. And then we had the second round game. Now, look at the scores. Copper locked the fuck in. Copper was like on top of it. She'd like reviewed what our standings were. She knew she had to get a first place. She deafened and she locked the fuck in. Meanwhile, my goofy ass was half listening to Vivi's game because I like it when I can hear Vivi panic about Navitas. It is very funny. It is incredibly hilarious, and it makes me feel better when I play my games if I can hear her panic about Navitas. Which, by the way, we will see Navitas and Vivi in round 2 of Monday Mahjong tournament. Okay. This game was like cuckoo bananas. There's multiple open reachies in this round. My hand, Copper also drew like it was the TV show Yu-Gi-Oh! And her name was Yu-Gi-Oh! She opened her third eye and she said, "Not today, Satan." and we held hands, and then we ran towards the finish line together. That's what happened. That's what happened canonically. So let's go forward. This is a very nice high pie. You know, a lot of options here. We all know that one that use OpenReachy. We all know the one that use OpenReachy a lot. Yeah, I think you all know who that is. And you know that I love a good IPK, so you know I'm like, shit, IPK time? Time for me to shine? Okay, rational cuts. Hell yes, this hand is starting to look sick as fuck. Probably drop 9M. Yeah, hell, this 6P is fine, probably drop 9P. Yep, this is fine, probably drop 8 so. Dropping the 9P again. South, drop, probably dropping 8 so again. This 8P, probably cutting 1P here because now I see an opportunity to get a Tanyao hand if this doesn't work out. But maybe not. I don't remember what I did here because I don't have a pair. I think 3P is the only pair, and I'm thinking to myself, I remember Rox telling me that most people are finished with their hands by like around this area. Like, is it like around the 7th or 9th like discard people have like started finishing? Then they should be around Tenpai, right? In a tournament setting. So I think I may have probably dropped 1P here, thinking to myself like, fuck, there's like only so many 7Ps. Or I could have thought, you know, Copper has dropped 2 7Ps. I should drop the 6-8 so that I don't get locked into waiting on fewer tiles. I don't remember, TBH. Let's see. No, I decided to go Tanyao because that's psychotic. And then, of course, I immediately deal into Copper. I remember this very well because everyone was deafened, but out loud, this happened. And I said, Copper, no! And I said that out loud to no one but myself. In the VC, everyone else was deafened. It was just me, and you could probably see my name with a green light around it in the VC because I had literally said out loud, "Copper, no, no." And this is not the first time she would exact a horrifying number of Han on people. She was about to pop off. Look at her. She's smoking. She doesn't give a shit. She's about to destroy you. Yeah. Anyway. I'm in 4th place, but you all know I always have a great comeback story, and I will come back because I will open Ricci as Akoti attests. Okay, so this high pie is also fine. It's like, you know, not amazing. It's not bad. 2P. I dropped the 2M first. I get that 8. I probably dropped the 2P. Yep. I draw 3P. I probably start here dropping either the 6 or the 7-9 because I start thinking about Tanyao again. And I dropped 6, which is a sensible move. Here I probably drop 9P. Yep. Here I probably drop 1P. Yep. 9 so. Yep. 2 so. Yep. 4 so. Yep. 2 so. I don't know. Would you guys have done a different thing? I probably dropped 7 so. Oh, actually dropped 5. Probably drop 5 because it gets dangerous later on. But I feel like the smarter move is to do a different thing that's not drop the 5. But I probably dropped the 5 because I could also see that Wolfborg, who's opened their hand, aggressively pushing forward, has dropped a 5P. And I feel like it's probably fine. Probably fine. So I go with that. Dropping the green. And, of course, Copper Zimos. Now, the thing that you should know is that this hand, this game was brutal because Copper and Snack got multiple repeats, and Wolfborg was forced to witness and be bullied for multiple rounds. It was horrifying. I, as the bystander of this, just took pictures and said, "Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my." Okay, anyway, continuing on. Logical drops, 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 continuing dropping with a logicality that defies reason. Now, this is like where you usually get into some stickiness. I probably just dropped 7M because it's the most isolated tile. I dropped 1P. I probably one chance that. I don't know. Why did you drop 1P? I could have dropped 8. I probably wanted to keep the 8 in case I could do something with it. I'll go back. She dropped 1p. I dropped 1p. Yeah, that's weird. It's a big interlock. It looks like Chitoy, and yet we never go to Chitoy. We never go to Chitoy. Sorry, Darkslayer. We never go to Chitoy. Anyway, this I probably drop 1p. Yeah, because well, I dropped green. Shit's scary, so I probably start backtracking on this because I don't want to, you know, I don't have anything and I don't want to make it worse for myself. So I drop 5p. I drop 8p. I drop whatever the fuck, 1m. No, I drop south. Continue pushing on. This hand sucks. I just fold. I just fold. I just fold. Folding. This is fine. This is fine. This is fine. It turns out it's fine. I'm surprised the 8p was dropped, not 9p. Yeah, that was just a straight up fold hand. This hand looks great. I've got a lot of Dora here. It's not the worst. It's not great. It's not like super duper good. It's not like I'm going to finish it in 3 Shantan, but it's looking better than what we've had previously. So let's just keep pushing. Push. 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 Yeah, just making logical drops. Keep pushing. Maybe drop 6-0 here. Yeah. Green again. Yeah. 2p comes in again. Probably drop that. Yep. This 8p clutch. Now I need to make some decisions because I can make interesting decisions here, including Tanyao shifting, which would be a great opportunity for me because it allows me to open and have a lot more flexibility. A lesson I learned from rocks. I do pay attention. I have shitty memory, but sometimes I do pay attention to my lessons, and I take these ideas and I actually use them. So you know, you can see that I might use this. So I make rational drops. Cutting 1p here makes a lot of sense. It's really nice that I drew the 4p. Here it makes a lot of sense to cut 1-so. Here my hand is perfect. My hand is perfect. And it's time to slam and welcome to the jam. I open Reachie because Wolfborg has Reachie closed. It is dangerous, but why not? I'm last. No reason not to be, you know, like a psycho here and just push. Now, the thing that we should keep in mind too is that Copper with her Manzu tiles here may have been doing a Hanitsu or Chinitsu. Yeah. So we just go. 4-7 also looks super dangerous, so no one is cutting it. Yeah. So I have confidence that Wolfborg is gonna maybe get it. We'll see. I draw it myself. Classic Snake. Doesn't need others. Haha, this Baimon is amazing. And unfortunately for everyone, it puts me in a good position. Such luck. I know. But you have to have that kind of confidence sometimes. No Ipatsu. I don't think it was Ipatsu. I think it was like we had to go another round. I forgot. Okay. Here we go. This hand kind of garbage. Let's be real. Look how much crap I have to cut from this hand to make it work. Anyway, let's just go on. Rational cuts. Super rational cuts. Please be chill. This is where a guy started sweating. Who was sweating was it's I would have been sweaty. I would have been sweaty here. Trying to do rational cuts. Trying to do rational cuts. Interesting setup for the hand. I probably cut 1-3 here. I cut 6. Oh, I see. I understand. I cut 6 here because I'm thinking to myself, I want that flexibility. There's also a possibility of a 3-sided weight. I'm not quite sure though about the 9s and the 8s, but we'll see how that goes. Okay. 1 here. Okay, I need to start making some choices. What would you do here? Because I think I remember I'm like, fuck, I don't know what to do. I probably started cutting 9 to BH. North wind here? Yeah. I cut 9. It's weird. I just think like this is probably the path because you can possibly still do 789 sequence. You could do 123 sequence. There's still some light movement. You could do a triplet of 8s. Anyway, I continue on psychotically. 1p drop. I forgot Wolfborg is in Ricci here on a 7p tempi, which is crazy. I see this here and I start setting up what is going to be what I hope is going to be another open Ricci chance so that I can steal first from Copper. Before calling Ricci so many times, let's see if it works out for him. Yeah. Awares. I draw the 7, so... And it doesn't matter. Snack gets an amazing Hanetsu hand. Okay. 9M is okay. North cut made you on triple pair. I dislike. Okay, this hand is great. It's got great parts to it. Let's just see what happens with it. Yeah, trying to make rational cuts, rational cuts, rational cut, rational cut, rational cut, rational cut. The cut here is kind of weird. I cut 5p. I probably should have just cut 7 so. I don't know why I didn't cut 7 so. Weird. Weird of me. Weird champ. I cut 5. And I got this 7-9. And then I cut 9. And then Snack. Oh, I know! Oh, it was because Snack had Ricci'd. I was probably being safe. And then they got first. They got first. Shit. Can we go back to that? What point did they... They had Ricci'd. Okay, they had Ricci'd. And I cut the 5... I cut 1 first because I was being brave. And then I chickened out and I cut 5p because I knew it was safe because of Snack's Ricci. Yeah. Yeah, I see. I understand now. I understand why I was doing this. I probably got nervous about the bamboo tiles. Rightly so. Rightly so. Yeah. And then I just like was just like, what is the safest I can cut here? 9 so it's a bamboo, but maybe it'll be safe, and it was. So, and then Wolfborg dealt into Snack there. Okay, and again, Snack starts repeating here, and it sucks because Wolfborg gets incredibly bullied. This hand kind of good. Do I get to play it? We'll see. Look at this. Things look perfectly normal here. It looks great. Great draws. Fine, probably dropped the 3. Oh, no, I dropped 5p because I have these triplets and I'm thinking about triplets. Yeah, this is fine. Draw this. Yes, this is the way. I'm waiting on Tempai. I Damod this. And I just drew it. Because I thought there were upgrades that I could make. For example, if I got a red 5 so or something like that. Yeah, it was a very interesting 4M draw for me. Beautiful. Okay. This hand, fine. High pie, fine. Go forward. Rational cut. Rational cut. Rational cut. Rational cut. Rational cut. I'm keeping the green as a safe tile, I guess. Rational cut. Rational cut. Now I'm starting to get in trouble. Hi, Rox. What up? Rox, I was just gonna say, I had told the chat earlier, I took some of your ideas and I was using them in game. And I think you would be so proud of me because I was doing my best. So Copper Ricci's, and now I'm in trouble and I need to start coming up with a plan to get out of this nightmare. It's probably just cut green at this point. Yeah. Okay. Now I need to be safe. What can I cut? 2. Yes. 2. Yes. 5. I cut 8. No, I cut 3. Wait, why was 3? Oh, because Wolfborg had cut 3. I cut 3. I cut 8. No, I cut 2 again. I cut 8. Yeah, 3 again. I make a bold decision probably to cut 2. Yeah, look at me go. I'm the champ. I don't remember what I did here. Sure, I was brave and bold. I cut 6. And then I probably cut 6 again. I think Snack was making choices to avoid dealing into Copper. He probably got scared off of, because wasn't he in Tempai? Am I crazy? Like 4 so was scary. Oh boy, whoops, my microphone's fucked up. He was in Tempai and then he backed off because of Copper's Copper's Ricci. So just being safe. Just being safe. Scary, but I like this. So then I just have to make a decision here. And what do I decide? I am going to dump this hand because there's only 4 tiles left, and I'm shitting myself dropping the 7M. But it turned out fine. Someone turn off the red. Spoiler. Oh, okay. Hold on. There we go. Here, I'll take all spoilers off. You guys are so picky. It's so funny because you guys tell me like no spoilers, and then someone will be like, "Please put all the show all the hands so we can see what they have." Thank you. Okay. Here I don't know. I don't remember what I did here. I just pushed because I had no other choice because I didn't know what else was safe and I was scared. Hands are irrelevant. Yeah. We are not gods. Yeah. Anyway, I was in Tempai. And I collect a little bit off Snack. Snack goes off. It is now Wolfborg's turn. Look at my hand. Oh my god, guys. Do you think this is Hanitsu? That's crazy. Well, it may not be Hanitsu yet, I say. It may not be Hanitsu yet, I say. It may not be Hanitsu quite yet, I say. Oh, wait. All the Wests are in discard. I should probably get rid of these Wests, huh? I actually dropped the 5 first. Snack gets it. Nah, you're immortal. Kias is a snake god. Okay. Red. No, I start dropping West because I realized, yes, that's right. Around here somewhere I realized like, oh, the Wests are out there. I should probably do a different thing. Because I already have pairs that are possible in this hand. And, you know, the more I think about it, the less this is probably going to be a Hanitsu hand. Because I have a really hard time with dropping 1, 2, 3 as a sequence here. Because I think like it's going to be too hard and no one is dropping as many pin tiles as I would hope, aka Copper is not dropping as many pin tiles as I was hoping. Anyway, onward. West drop. Drawing another rational drop. Of course, once again, Copper is... Did she open Ricci this? She did. She opened Ricci. This... Yes. This game... The second game in the first round were multiple open Riccis. You already saw me do an open Ricci. Copper's open Ricci because she has a 3-sided weight. I look over to the left, something I rarely do, and I notice that this is a 3-sided weight, and I know exactly what she's waiting for, so I know what I can and cannot drop. So I confidently drop north. Meanwhile, I start collecting 2Ms like they're the Infinity Stone. Fuck. Drop the red. Drop the 9 so confidently. And then like here again, just trying to make rational decisions that don't deal into Copper. And like doing this, I cannot drop 2 so anymore. So my hand is basically dead because I can never drop the 2 so because of Copper. So I 1M drop. Yeah, and then she just Zimos, which is kind of an inevitability. She just had a really good weight. And so Wolfborg's nightmare becomes even more real. And it's only going to get worse for him because Copper is about to, again, go off queen. Go off queen. Let's see. This hand, for me, not good. Not good. Nice 4P draw. Rational drops. Rational drops. Rational drops. Rational drops. Good for me. Look at this door tile. Rational drops. Rational drops. Rational drops, please. Probably drop the 2P here. Yes. And then, of course, Copper had been in... She just roans. She roans versus Wolfborg, who's getting properly bullied. Bullied. Okay. Next hand. My hand was beautiful, by the way. Did not make. And I later commented on this to Copper. I was like, man, I had so many good high pies later on. None of them made. Itsu Takame. Ouch, yeah. Look at this. Okay, draw. Like maybe Itsu. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Looking good for Itsu. Rational drop. Because I'm like thinking like, okay, we don't want this the 3P competition between the 1, 2, 3 sequence, 3, 4, 5 sequence. This is fine. Rational drop. Nice 4 so pickup. Rational drop. Every hand Copper said now I can just fold for the rest of the game, and then she draw the fastest fucking high pie in the West. I know, I mean, like, once you're on a good streak, there's no reason not to push it. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drops. And again, Wolfborg very unlucky. Dealing into Copper once more. The insanity. The pathos, you know, like everyone's crying for Wolfborg. I think we all started feeling bad here We were like, oh no, Wolfborg, no. But nevertheless, we continued, and the bullying did not cease. The bullying continued. Okay, anyway, rational drops. We're on our rational drops. Rational drops. Rational drops. Rational drops. I don't know about that 3-so, but it's kind of the pair. Rational drops. Great draw for me. I start yeeting these 6-8s. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. I am open because Copper has reached. I am reaching. We're locking the fuck in. Multiple open reaches. I had 2 open reaches in this game, at least. I continue onward. And then, of course, Copper Zemos. Classic Copper. Classic Copper Zemoing the 7M. That's crazy. That's a hoot and a holler. Copper with the turn 3 read sheet. With how well Copper is doing, I'm surprised she didn't make it. Yeah, she did really well. It was very hard, Go, because at the end we had like 12 cuts, you know? 12, that's a lot. Good open Reichi chase though. Yes, thank you, Rox. I thought so. I thought so. I'm glad you approve. I feel like I've been affirmed. Okay, anyway. Let's just continue doing a series of rational drops. Rational drop. Rational drop. Great draw. Wait, let's see this. Great draw. Rational drop. I needed a pair. Why did I do this? Oh, I didn't want to be furry 10 later, so I just decided I was going to commit to the 2-so as the pair. Or I created an opportunity where I could pun either the 2 or the 8. I think that was my thinking there. I know I was cut. Yeah. You only need 1 bad Hanchan to be eliminated, so not surprised. Bad Shi, I think. Yeah, probably a bad Shi. Probably a bad Shi. Dropping the 8, dropping the 9-so, dropping the 3M, dropping the 3-so, and then I roan on the 2-so from Snack. Yeah, I cut 3-so before. I made that decision because I wanted to get the Tanyao, and I wanted an opportunity to get things away from Copper, because Copper was a beast, and I needed to not be trapped in her endless rerun situation. Because like at this point, Copper was at 60k, and I'm gonna be real with you guys. Even though there's such a disparity in point value, there was not a single game on Mahjong Monday on this day that I did not try to steal first. There was not a single time where I didn't think I'm gonna, at every instance where I'm second, I'm gonna push 100% to steal first, 150% to steal first. No matter what, I want to be able to do it. At this point, stealing points from Stack was super good for securing second. Okay, 8M isn't much help though. Wolfberg is so close to third, only 1,000 points away. Yeah, nice cap and goal. Okay, next we go forward. Hold on a second. I hydrate Max too much. I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Hold on, guys. Sorry. You contemplate this while I go to the bathroom. Hold on. Oh my god. Oh my god, my wrist hurts so much. What did you guys say? What did you guys say? I remember we finished our table and decided to watch this table. The reaction was the same. What the fuck Wolfgang has been thrown into? What do you mean? Wolfgang is doing his best. I just was very surprised at the amount of pushing that he has done. Gotta push when you're so... He had to. He had no choice. He got sucked into a downward spiral. Yeah. Oh, and also, guys, I think you're forgetting that Copper was on a generational run at this point. She had the most amazing hands that you could get, which frankly was deserved because she had determined that she needed to be in first place with an outrageous lead in order to make the cut, and she did it. You know, I frankly applaud that brazen power move. She almost made the comeback. Yeah. I mean, she did. She came back. So she got passed through portion 1 of, not to ruin the surprise, but she passed through part 1 of Mahjong Monday yesterday. So she did. Look at this. Hold on. Okay. So like this goes on, rational cut. I start punting for my life because I want to preserve dealership. Again, as I had mentioned before we took our pee break. Hello, hey Lewis. Before we took our pee break, I had mentioned like there was not a single instance in the course of the tournament when I was in second where I didn't think to myself, I want to try and push for first if I can. So I was just trying to accrue points in second position any way I could here. Also, my hand was pure trash, so I didn't have I was just like, whatever. We'll just have to punt and share our way out of this nightmare. Okay, this is fine. Fine. I'm Hanitsuing. Wait, was she third or second in the last Hanchan? I think she was third. And she was like, I absolutely have to get a first. I have to secure that spot. Pushing for a Hanitsu. Pushing. It's kind of coming together. Pushing. This sucks though. So I think I decided here, do not push, girl. Do not push. Yeah, I was like, don't push anymore, girl. This is crazy. Don't do it. Why did I toss the 6M? Yeah, oh, that's why. I realized I couldn't win. Okay, on 6-0. Okay. Open, yeah, this was, again, I told you guys, multiple open reaches in this game. It was a wild game. And then I just like was playing safe and getting out of here. And I lived. And I was fine with that. Everyone's fine with that. Okay, next game. Amazing hand. Can I Hanitsu this time? It's looking good. I'm just, okay. This is fine. It's not fine. This is not fine. What am I doing? Okay. Oh shit. What the fuck? Trying to end on a naked tile. Oh no. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. I'm surprised I didn't deal into Snack myself. Just Wolfborg was very unlucky. And again, Snack started doing repeats. So this was a nightmare. Nothing ever happens for me, by the way. I just live my life as I watch Snack trying to get second place for me. Continuing. Needs the value, yeah. Continuing. This hand's starting to look very nice, very sweet. Making it look good. Cutting the 5-2 because I think I can do something here. Yeah. Yes. I'm eating because I want to get into Tempai and I see that I can cut 7 and 9p and I'm thinking to myself, the best thing I can do now is hopefully get more middle tiles and get rid of these so that I can sneakily get what I need. Yeah, hello Tanya, because of Wolfwork. If Wolfwork got a Zumo Yakuman, he's still in fourth. Yeah, he's in a nightmare zone that no one can help him with. I have his 2Ps. I didn't know that. Okay, continuing. And then, of course, Wolfwork surprisingly Zumos. How are you doing in the tourney? I got cut, TMA. It's over for me. I was of the 12 people cut, I was at the top of the list. I was the top of the list person. I had the highest score of the people who was cut. Unfortunately, I was right at that edge. I was edging. Okay. Best of the worst, Nodders, yeah. And then South 4. You know, I think we're all just trying to get the fuck out of here as quickly as we can. I'm, of course, trying to get the fuck out of here with the second, because now I'm just like, Jesus, Snack better not come up behind me and steal this from me. This is my chance to shine. And I'm pushing, and I'm trying to go as fast as I can. I'm desperately hoping for this red to drop, and it's never going to drop. So I'm just like, fuck. And I'm pushing. I'm like, please, God. Okay, that's kind of helpful. And I reachy so that people will start backing the fuck up. Jesus, guys. I need you to back up so that I can get away with being second here. Okay? And they're all folding it. I have a missed opportunity. I could have Dama'd this, and I realized later if I had Dama'd it and I had drawn that 6P, I would be so rich. I'm sorry to hear that. No worries. It was good. I had a good time. Yeah. And we continue. And we end, and I secure my second place. So that's how round 1 went. Okay. Now, round 2 was a nightmare. Oh my god. Fucking Vivi was in here. Navitas was in here. Suezo was in here. And I got a second and a third, so you know that in advance. And the thing that you need to know is that Vivi in round 1 of this day was against Navitas at a different table, and I think she had just been destroying him with her insane plays. She had gotten like a lot of good positionings, and she had been like trying to anticipate Navitas by making it impossible for him to anticipate what she was doing, which, you know, it is a very good strategy. Vivi stole all the flow. Yes, she was frankly amazing. Now, Suizo I had faced before. Now, here's the thing. Navitas didn't even enter the VC. He was locked in. He was like, fuck this. I'm not going to let Vivi knock me out. That's terrifying. Vivi is very tough. Vivi is incredibly tough as a player. So Navitas didn't even enter voice chat. He was not even giving us the opportunity to see him deafened. Vivi deafened to lock in. And Suizo and we decided to yap at each other the whole time. I'm sure if you went, because Suizo was streaming. If you go to Suizo's chat, you could hear us. We were non-stop talking because I was trying to like banter back and forth with him. We were non-stop talking the whole time. He's a big yapper. He is. And that was his trap. It's not my trap. I love bantering. I love talking. Like, the whole time I was in VC, I was like, oh, no one wants to talk to me because they're locked in. Sushi trap? No, it's the yap trap. He got one up on me, but I mean, it's a close call. You'll see what happens. It's not him that specifically does anything bad to me. It's someone else. So here we go. This is what the hands look like. Great. Okay. I mean, it's not great. It's an okay high pie to start off with. Let's go ahead and look at what I did. Rational drops only, please. Rational drops. I have a nice IPK. You know I love an IPK. Girl loves an IPK. Dropping rationally. Using my rationality for once in my life. Dropping the 9 so probably. Yep. Dropping. Yep. 5 so arrives. Tempted, but probably drop 8p. Oh, I dropped 4p. Okay, I do this so that later I don't have to worry about dropping the 4p. Okay, anyway. Kias puts the P in IPK. I do. But V was playing full irrationally. Oh, I didn't even know. I didn't know what was going on with Vivi here. I was like, Vivi has a preternatural ability to sense what she needs, and she has a flow that is like unmatched when she needs to have it. And I had figured that she was probably freaking the flip out because of all the people at the table. I know she doesn't like playing against me. I know she hates playing against Navitas. And Suizo is also not fun to play against. Is very, very not fun. Yeah, so here I probably thought to myself, Tanya shift opportunity probably dropped 1M. Yep, classic. And then here I probably thought to myself, oh, Navitas is in Ricci. That's annoying. I probably need to do something that's safe and true. Probably drop 2M. We'll see. I did. And then here I was probably like, ooh, what else is safe? Oh no. Vivi is also Ricci now. And an open Ricci. Do you see this open Ricci? Oh, that's a nightmare. Well, what can I do? I guess I will just try my best and drop this 7 so, which I know is safe, to Vivi. Not safe to Navitas. I think Suizo was like, why are you doing this? And I said, I don't have anything else that is safe. There is no safe place for me. What am I to do? Like what would you have me do? This is all sketchy. 8 so is Suji, right? It is it 8p? 8p is, I mean, like, it is Suji, but it feels, but at the time I was like, Navitas would set up a Suji trap. And I feel like this Aka 5p drop is so fucking weird. And then I was just thinking like 8p's probably fine, but then I was just like, I didn't know. So I just went with 7 so because I knew absolutely was safe to Vivi. And I was just like, this is probably fine. It's the opposite. Like, which one is the opposite? 8p is not safe. AK 5p means 8p is likely safe. Yeah, okay. The opposite of the Suji, yeah. I mean, yeah, I probably realized later that I could probably drop it. Anyway, around here, I dropped the AP, realizing that it was safe. Otherwise, they use 579 or something, yeah. And then here, I was just like, fuck, just do your best. Just do your best. Just do your best. Let these two giants attack each other. It's like watching Clash of the Titans, and it's Vivi versus Navitas. And Navitas and everyone else, this is fine. Suizo also recheated, which was very annoying. So I just folded. Now we start with this hand, probably rational drop. And then I probably thought to myself here, I probably need to get rid of this Doro tile. Yep. Rational drop. Yep. Probably around here I was like, most isolated tile, 7? Yeah. And then I was thinking to myself, because it's already, I've already gave up on that. Good fold. Rational drop. The 9M. I think here I decided, like, I think I remember thinking like, okay, usually with players at this level, they're probably already Ishanten or 2-Shanten by here, if not already Tenpai. What is one way I can make this hand go faster so that I can at least get a couple points back to the best of my ability with this kind of annoying hand? And I thought to myself, I'm going to Tanyao. Okay, I'm going to Tanyao. Okay, so I decide to Tanyao. I have some Tanyao ideas. Tanyaoing. This is a nightmare. Tanyaoing. Okay, now Navitas is recheed. I know Suizo's opened. He also looks like he has a somewhat annoying Tanyao hand. I'm just gonna do my best. So 78 instead of opting for Champagne, there's less likely, yeah. Okay, and I'm just gonna do my best. and I'm pushing. I think I also told Suizo here. I was just like, I'm a brave boy. I'm pushing, and I was just like, I was legitimately pushing. And then here, I probably got scared. I got too scared to throw away the 5 so I probably reasoned to myself, I think I can get away with dropping something else. No, I dropped the 5 so. Fuck, I'm so stupid. That's so scary. Jesus, what the fuck is wrong with me? Jesus Christ. Holy shit. I probably thought to myself, if he had dropped the 3, the 2, the 6, and he just dropped the 7, 5 is... Okay, well, I didn't even know. Unfortunately, Tanya here is a summoning ritual for honors. Yeah, I don't know. This was a nightmare. Okay, and then, yeah, whatever. And I survived, and we were all in Tenpai, and this was a nightmare. And I didn't deal in once. I could have dealt in with the 4P to Suizo, but it didn't happen. My God, that was terrifying. I have humongous balls in these games. 5 is one chance on one side, at least Suji on the other. Yeah. Okay, we continue here. Look at this. Great draw. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. This is looking mighty fine. You know I'm dropping that 1M. Hello. Hello. I'm Reachied. Hello. Hello. Doing my best. I'm Reachied. I'm Reachied. I'm Reachied. Hello. Still Reachied. I'm waiting. Someone. And I rolled on Navitas and it felt so good and I was so proud of myself. And I got these Han and I was like, yay. No longer last. Yay. Hurrah. Okay. Oh, and I was actually first because of the Reachies and home buns that had been in place. Okay. Hand is kind of garbage, but nevertheless we persist. And I go forward and I continue and I keep going. These are good draws, I say to myself. And I keep dropping, I keep going. Yes, this is the way. Surely, I will, and I'm picking up good stuff. Dropping the 8M. No, I dropped the 1P first. Yes, that makes sense. That actually does make sense. I was trying to watch both Navitas and Copper. I missed that hand. Yeah, well played. Yeah, we continue. Doing my best. A nice Aka 5M draw. I dropped the 8. 7. Dropped. Green drop. Here I make a tactical decision. I don't remember why. I should have just kept the 9 so as the pair. This comes in. Fuck my life, I say to myself. Drop that. Then I drop this. Then this arrives, and then I'm like, what can I do here? I guess I can fix it. I fixed it. I reach it in the last so that I push people to be more conservative. Navitas had conned. Now, I didn't know this at the time. I was thinking to myself, I should Ricci here because I think that would make Navitas fold. But Suizo told me that Navitas never cons, so Navitas had already decided if he had conned, that means he had decided to push. I don't know if that's true. But that sounds pretty rational. And anyway, whatever. I secured this so that I could get into my dealership. It's true, yeah. In any case, I had secured my dealership. I was trying to push people off from me. And then I go into this, and this hand is fine / bad. You would not con without being at least Ishan Turner with a hand you want to win. Yeah, I just pushed there. Anyway. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. I dropped the 1 and it got punned by Vivi, which made me confused. Rational drop. Rational drop. And then here you can tell I'm like, oh, we got to Tanya. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. See, did you see how I punned this? And then Suizo, I think, backed out here. He was like, no, I don't want any of that smoke. And then I was just like, my Tanya hand is superior to your crane style, etc. Great draw for me, kind of. I'm furry 10, but I know that furry 10 is just a state of mind. I drop the 6 and I deal into Navitas. Boo. 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 Okay, next. Rational drop, rational drop, rational drop, rational drop, rational drop, rational drop, rational drop. Okay, I'm like, fuck, this hand sucks. I'm gonna push it into Tanya because what the fuck? I don't think this is gonna go anywhere. Rational drops. Okay, also Vivi, Ricci's. I'm like, fuck this. Let me get the fuck out of here. I hate it here. I don't have safe tiles to drop. Please, God, let me live. I dropped a 9. That's the closest I could think of. How's the review going? It's good, Snack. It's good. We already finished our game. Yeah. I'm at this was a sweat game. This is where I got cut. These were the games where I got cut. Continuing. And then Vivi roans on Suizo. Okay. Things are looking up for Vivi. Things are looking down for Suizo. My hand is just whatever. It's medium. We push forward. Rational drops, please. Self, pass self. That's fine. Well, is it? But rational drops. Rational drops. Rational drops of the 7M. South drop. Blah, blah, blah. I think I tossed 3-so here or 3P. I tossed 3-so and it was eaten by Navita. Wait, no, I tossed 2-so and it was eaten by Navitas. I guess what was I thinking here, that 2-so drop? I should have dropped 3-so. That's weird. Oh, I dropped 2-so because Suizo was in Ricci. Yeah, guys, gamers never look up. They don't look up. They don't look to see what's happening. I dropped 2-so because I was folding to Suizo. Navitas eats it. Right. And then maybe like again I'm folding. Yeah, I start folding. I'm like, fuck this, I don't want this noise. I go with an 8P drop. Because the 9Ps and the 7P, I'm like, this is probably fine. I got an East draw here. What else is safe that I can drop? I can drop 4. I probably should have dropped 4 earlier. I dropped 7 because it's Suji. I should just drop 4. I dropped 7 because I'm still thinking of pursuing this hand. I understand now. Okay. Probably 4P. Yep. Around here, I'm probably like, fuck, what else do I got that I can throw? East is safe. East is safe. I forgot what I dropped here. 2M? No, I dropped 7P. 7P is safe, sure. Because I'd thrown it out before. Yeah, I just fold. This was a fold. This was a straight up fold. And again, I lose points, but that's okay. And here's the thing that you should know about this game. We never finished it because we ran out of time. It was a rough time for everyone. It was a long game. And I think we probably were sweating through the chairs. I was probably thinking Sanshoko here, and I really wanted to commit to a Sanshoko. You can tell because I dropped the 5-4. You can tell because I've lost my mind. You can tell because this is what I'm doing now. And it's kind of helping being in the Sanshoko, actually. Because I have some drops. And then here, I'm just like, fuck. Probably dropped the 4P. Yeah. And then I'm drawing, I'm like, this is fine. And you know what? I probably open retreat here. I did. I did. For a 3M, which is insane. It's insane. But I did it. I did it. Because I don't know. Was that the right move? Suizo said it was insane. Because there's only one 3M left. But I did it. Because just in case it was in the wall. Actually, can we just take a quick look? Where was the 3M? Oh, it was in Navitas' hand. Okay. Anyway. Well, Navitas' life is screwed up now. But that's fine. He doesn't need to drop the 1-3. But then on the very last turn, neither Vivi nor I get it. Suizo gets it. And he gets into first place. That's a nightmare. That's horrible. So what do? We try and turn it around. 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 We're just making as many logical choices as we can. We try and turn around. I am setting up a situation that I know is going to happen later. They're watching me drop the 4-5Ps. I, big brain, think if I drop these earlier, I'm going to be able to pick up the 6P pretty easily if I need to get it. I have these white and east tiles as safe tiles. Big brain, keep these tiles. I think I can trick them at a later point. Okay. Continuing. Yep. Yes. Okay. I think that's a little too big. I think it's insane. Okay, it's insane. It's insane. It was an insane idea. Anyway, continuing. And it doesn't matter. Suizo gets it. It was too big brain. You were right, Rox. I was insane. That was not a move. That was... What would you have done in that situation? I don't know. Probably kept the 4-5p. Probably gotten rid of other stuff. I have no idea. I don't even remember. But my insanity thought about that. Okay, we're still in South 1. Suizo's eating tiles. I have an obvious Tanya tile hand. My goal is to get this out of his hand so that I can steal first if need be. I'm getting some lovely Dora draws. I decide to yeet my 2Ms, which is good that I did that. I'm in Ricci. So the 6p isn't really safe. Okay. So I just Ricci'd here. Close Ricci. Red is my pair. We wait. There's a lot of waiting. Still waiting. And then I run off of... who did I run off of? Vivi. Yes, Vivi. I roamed off of Vivi. But it doesn't matter. Because, well, you say that, okay, but hold on. Hold on to your knickers. It's about to get crazy. Your undies. It's about to get really insane here. Okay, ready? Look at this. Okay, I'm doing well. I think I'm doing great. I'm like, this is fine. Yeah, making rational drops, I say to myself mentally. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I should move this over into a Tanya hand shape because that, I don't know. At that point, I was like, just like, okay, fine. That's fine and dandy. Okay. I start eating. I'm like, okay, here I need to start actually moving. This is fine. This is cool. Okay, I'm just eating and I'm just waiting. I'm waiting on the 5p, dropping the 5M. This is insane. 1M, 1p, and Vivi Zumaz. And I get punished, and I don't know why. What is this? What does POW mean? Because I get punished because she conned, and then she got the towel after the con. I got POW'd. In any case, I got POW'd. Oh yeah, that's the reason. I was the one of... That's POW. Yeah. I got punished. Did you rod your con? Yeah. Anyway, continuing onward. And I'm doing my best. Hilarious roll, yeah. What is POW? It's when you just have a penalty for helping someone if they get the Ricci after the con. Sacking borrow liability payment. Yeah, it's a liability payment. Rock's question, are you dropping that Haku pair from the last hand with 2 Dora or trying to take the 3900? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, I'm continuing onwards in my life. Trying to make rational decisions, trying to make things easy. I kind of want a Dorotanki because Dorotanki is my beloved. Dropping the 2M so that I don't have to compete for the same 3M. Making these choices, trying to be safe against Vivi as well. Making these choices, getting closer to something good. I know West was safe to drop. Making this choice. Okay, we're getting close. 5 so is Suji. It's probably fine. Making my way downtown, making this setup because it's slightly safer. 2p is safe to drop. 6M is a great draw. 1 so drop is kind of insane though, but I do it. If they Zumo Yakuman because you confirm their Yakuman giving them a 3rd Dragon Pine, you pay the whole Zumo. In this case, this is Rinchon Pao, where the open con that results in Zumo is paid by the one who dealt the tile that caused the con. Okay. And then here, I think I just decided to fold because I knew that I couldn't finish it. Yeah, I just folded because I didn't want to deal in because the 6 so was kind of scaring me. Let me just see. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2, 3, 4. So she was waiting on just a 3. Yeah, you know what? I think I realized that, like, with the lack of bamboos being dropped, dropping that bamboo was going to be detrimental to me. Like, the 5 so had already pushed the bounds of the possible. I wasn't paying attention. Daimon Kampao, Richie City, and Isaki fascinating. And Akagi, a funny manga roll. It's a funny manga roll. That's kind of cool. Look at this. I'm so glad I didn't drop the 6 so, because it was such a nightmare. And the fact that I had dropped the 5 so earlier is scary. Okay. Okay, we're continuing to repeat Vivi's hand. That's quite the way, I know. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Rational drop. Vivi is fucking in Ricci again. Fuck. Okay, what do I do? I'll just fold. I'll just fold. I'll just fold. This is a nightmare. I will just continue to fold. I will continue to fold while still trying somewhat to work towards my hand. This is probably fine, I say to myself, feeling the cold of the gun to my head. Trying to fold. Trying to fold. Oh, Vivi. Never mind, Vivi. I guess you just Zuma here. Okay. And she takes over. Okay. And then this hand, I'm like, surely this time I get to make my hand. Help. Help. Yeah. Again, Vivi's luck is unmatched. Help. I continue pushing. Help. I continue pushing. I open my hand as quickly as possible because I'm fighting for my life out here. Help, I say to myself. Here I had the option. I could have tried toying, but I think I made the more rational choice of going with a mixed hand. I drop my 6p. Navitas picks it up, which is very annoying to me personally. We continue onwards. I drop my 5. He picks up the 5 in a pun, which is again super annoying and weird of him. Weird champ, I say to myself. I continue onward. Fuck this, I say. When am I getting the 3-6? And then I drip myself. Haha! It's moi. Okay. And then the game ended. And then the game ended because we ran out of time. We ran out of time. So I feel like if we had kept going, I could have gotten second if we had more time. Did you know it was the end? I did, and I was trying so hard. Yes, the 5 minutes did show up, and I was trying so hard, but our game would not end, and I could not get better than that. Anyway, the next game that happened, I'm across from Vivi. Suezo's to my left, Navitas is to my right. I have a great high pie-ish to start off with. Let's see what I do. Wait, fuck. Let's see what I do. Okay, rational drops, please. Rational drop, please. This is not rational. Fuck. Fuck. Shit. Oh my god. Oh, I'm shitting myself, I say to myself internally as I try to make this hand work. Oh no, please God, no. Please, I don't like this hand, I say to everyone in my life. You can tell, like, I thought I had a plan, and then everything backfired because drawing the right tiles was an impossible task. Okay, here I was just like, whatever. What? I guess I'll just fold. Navitas and Vivi are reaching, and I'm scared of them. And then, of course, Navitas Zuma's on my dealership and lands a Hahnemann. And he has basically decided from the very beginning that he is going to get first because he cannot be cut from this game. He cannot let Vivi destroy him once again. So, you know, we go forward and I just try and do my best. I'm last and I feel shitty. But nevertheless, I persist and I continue going. We're yapping. We're yapping. We're yapping. I have some really nice puns here. I'm setting up those plans for myself. We push forward. I'm like, you know what? I think I can trust in the fact that we're going to pun red and we're going to pun east. Suezo has declared Ricci, and I think I'm going to take the bet that I can win this. So I was just like, let's go. I pun again. I'm making these choices to cut 2 and then 4. They're safe, you know, like, because I've seen this. I get this and I'm just like, what do I need to do? A safe cut of an 8, relatively safe because he's already cut 9. I assume this is fine. Maybe that was a bad assumption, but it was the best assumption I could make at the time. and then we push forward. Oh, whoops, fuck. Then, oh, god damn it. Okay, here. Okay, and I push forward. I'm like, I can't drop this Dora tile because that would be insane. So I dropped the 6, so this is another push. I'm like, you don't need that. Okay, then I'm like, I'm gonna push still. I'm last. I don't care. I'm gonna push. I'm gonna push. I think Suizo was getting really annoyed with me at this point because I was just like, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep pushing. I'm brave. And I keep pushing. And look at this now. Look at me now. Papa's special boy, that's right. And I push and I roan off of Suizo, dropping the 8p. He later told me he had my other pair of Easts as well. So the fact that he dropped the 8p at all is amazing. It's amazing. And I won. And I won his points. And this pushes me into second place. Anyway, I continue forward with my evil plans. And I push. And I'm making rational drops, I think. Sure, okay. Continuing forward. Like, you know, lots of options for what we could do. Lots of options. You know, I'm like setting all this up. You know, I'm making a Tanyao hand. Making a Tanyao hand. Dropping the 8-so because I want to confirm 7-so as the pair. I punned 7-so. Hey, morning. I punned 7-so. I was starting to annoy my table mates, I could tell. Committing to the Tanyao. Committing to the Tanyao Zumo. Just Zumo. Just Zumo. I was on a good run. For a minute there, I was on a good run. And I think at this point, I was being very braggadocious in voice chat against Suizo, the only other person in voice chat. And I told him point blank, I was like, I'm gonna push. I had just decided, like, I'm gonna try for first place. I'm gonna go as hard as I can. So I continue. I'm pushing. I'm doing my best. Pushing. Really great draws. Is there any reviewing being done here? Yeah, there was. We're reviewing. We're literally reviewing right now. It just happens that it's the part where I'm pushing. Anyway, I'm in Tenpai soon. Soon, hopefully. Oh, yes. And I Ricci. And this is a good Ricci, but I think everyone can see through me because, you know, people actually are not in Gold Room. We actually know what we're doing here. And they could probably guess that the bamboo tiles are not a good place to be. And I'm just waiting. And Vivi actually wins. Also, off of Suizo. Okay. My dealership. Rational drop. I think 9p drop here. 8p drop. Actually, we'll go 9 first. Okay. 4-so is a really nice drop. Probably 8p drop. Yep. 9p again. Yep. East, probably. Yep. Just rational drops. I decided here, like, I had too many pairs and I was thinking to myself, worst case scenario, we Tanyao out of this and run for our lives because I have a bad feeling I might not make. So we push out the norths. We push out the 1 because, again, we're thinking about Tanyaoing out if we need to. I have a feeling other people, especially like looking at Navida's drops, looking at Vivi's drops, looking at Suizo I didn't care about here. This is fine. Like, I'm just like, oh, okay. Vivi is, I knew it. I knew Vivi would reach you. I knew she was getting close because of her drops. So here I'm just saving myself. Knowing that 1-so is safe, knowing that I can probably get away with a West drop. Yeah. Just doing rational drops. Just being careful. Wasn't sure about dropping 1-sos here. I think I was just trying to be safe, dropping the 5-so. Thinking that would be fine, and it weirdly did pass. It was very brave of me. And then I did this. I dropped my 1-sos. I don't know if this was brave or stupid. The 1-so drop was very not safe to Suizo, but it was safe to Vivi. And I had kind of decided that this was my path. Maybe that's wrong, but anyway, I just continued to push. And then we were just pushing things that were relatively safe, but it was kind of a nightmare. Very sweaty hand, sweaty lobby. Rational drop, rational drops, and then Navitas won this hand off of my south, which was very annoying to me because I had been in a very good position up until then. Still in second place, but not good. And then Navitas begins a reign of terror. Vivi is determined not to be a part of that reign of terror, so she's opened and pushed. Suizo opened, not opened, rechied. And then I'm just trying to survive, so I'm using my survival tactics. And then he roans on Vivi. And it's detrimental because she was doing okay. That brings him into second. And this is where we start to see some issues for me because it's scary. So I push, I push, I push, I push, I push, I push, I push. I probably should have looked for better hands, but I wanted to at least get second place because I had been thinking about the way that Suizo plays. And I feel like sometimes if you're really aggressive towards him, he will back off. So I had made a determination for myself that I was going to push. And I started here like verbally telling Suizo like I was going to take his points from him and I was gonna take second. In an effort to psych him out so that I could at least steal second because I didn't think that he would have enough flow. And perhaps that's wrong of me to say, but I didn't think he would have enough flow to win second place. Anyway, I pushed onward. Crazily, I pushed onward. And, you know, it's just like crazy drops. Like I was just like, this is, you know, like I was just trying to make anything work and it didn't work out in the end. No one did. No one did. And like the thing is, Vivi had conned 2P. I'd gotten really freaked out and decided I couldn't drop any other pins at some point. It was awful. Like we were all psyching each other out, I think. South 4, I was like, I have to steal second. I have to steal second. I have to do it. So I didn't have a good hand. So I was just like, I have to do it with whatever I have. I'm really reliant on a white drop. But I got these Dora tiles in hand. They were amazing. It's starting to look up for me. It's starting to look up for me. And then this is the kicker. Vivi had Zumod on her Ricci, and she had miscalculated how many points she needed to push Suizo into fourth. Because he was the dealer, and her goal was to avenge Q against Suizo. Because Q and Suizo had been in the first round tables. She wanted Ura, right? And she didn't get the Ura, but that was the only possibility she had. Now, the good thing about this is that it did put me in second, but Vivi's calculations were incorrect here. They were not quite enough, but it's just like, we can go back here to, hold on. Back to game. We can do, oh, whoops. Frick. Okay. She reaches on turn 4, essentially, and she's in north. At least to see her hand. So her hand was 2, 3, 4, 6, 6, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3. She was waiting on a 1 and a 4. She was waiting on a 1 and a 4, which are amazing weights. I had already dropped the 3 too. Go back to her starting hand. You got it, Curly. Anything for you. Okay, this was her starting hand. 2, 4, 6, 6, 3, 3, 5, 5, 6, 2, 3, 8, 9. What did she have on the 3P drop? Let's take a look. She had 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 2, 3, 8, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 6. You can switch to her POV as well. Let's switch to her POV. 2, 4, 6, 6, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 2, 3, 8, 9. What would you have done? What would you have done? She draws the 7P. We want Tanya or Sanshoko, okay. She drops the 8, so good move. Setting up the possibility of a Tanya. And then she drops the 9. Good choice. North becomes a possible save tile. 3p keep, I assume, yeah. And she draws the 3M. And she drops the north. And she just needs the 4, so. I would have cut 9S turn 1. Yeah, maybe that would have been the better way. In any case, she Zimo's the 4, so she gets the maximum possible points she can for a Zimo. She was hoping to hit someone else. Dama for Sanshiko and Furry Tenrichi. She just missed her. She just missed it. And hilariously enough, she put not only me, she put Suizo, myself, and herself in the negative. And Navitas also had negative from his earlier positioning. She could also just open Ricci. I think the open Ricci would have been great, but I think it would not have worked well. You would have to be super confident in yourself for that. Yeah. Anyway, those were my games. What did you think? Were they good? You have to believe in something, that's true. So about South 3, hand open, hand push. It is 2-mon drop to confirm pair and keep all the floater until something pairs. Yeah. I mean, you know, she under the pressure of what was happening, I think she made fine choices. They were like, I'm sure they could have been more ideal, like dropping that penchant, the 8-9 penchant earlier and keeping that 3p. But I don't think it was horrible. I think it was actually like she did the best that she could there. And it's hard not to make those choices. You killed the only pair with a pawn, Kias. Don't do this. Okay. Well, anyway. It's like adept type of pointing yourself. Yeah. When you killed the only pair with a pawn, Kias, don't do... Was that earlier? When was that? South 3, they said. Oh. Yeah. Congrats on surviving a table full of cold-blooded killers. I mean, I survived the table, but I still got cut. You know, like I had a second and a third at this table, which I honestly was not mad about. I was very happy for that. Yeah, this was not my best. This was not a great. This 2p pawn probably not great, but I was desperate. Oh, this is Vivi's actually. Sorry, we're on the wrong person. I killed my hand with this red pawn. Is that what you're saying? Oh, yeah, sorry. I was looking. Brother does not even realize it's her. I know, I realized. Case unfortunately was the lowest score. Yeah, it's just the lowest score of the table. I mean, it is what it is. You know? Yeah. You know, it is what it is. I'm not mad at the play. I think I did, you know, I just did what I could under very difficult circumstances. I could have probably made some smarter decisions, but overall, I don't think I made as blatant errors that caused me to deal into other people as I have in other games or tournaments. So I feel like overall, slight improvement, I want to say. And I honestly didn't feel bad about these games. I think a lot of people afterwards like asked me like, oh, are you okay? You know, like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm disappointed Navitat's still alive. Yeah, we were hoping to kill him at the table and just get him out of the way. You got cut with a second and a third. Yes, I got cut with the second and a third. Snack will take his revenge. I'm hoping. I'm hoping Vivi keeps facing Navitas and exacts revenge, you know, once more. Because I think she does have like she has like good play against him in a lot of games. Have you touched fourth in this? I don't think so. Not in this tournament. I don't think I've touched fourth in this tournament. I don't remember fully, but I don't think I have. Yeah. Yeah, Suizo and I both got second and third. It's just that, you know, there's a 1K difference between second and third in the last game and a 5K difference between second and third in the first game. And if you remember, this first game, we didn't get to finish. We never made it to South 4. I think we got stuck at South 1, South 2. Yeah, and we finished out the game right there. And I think if we had the time to finish the full game, I could have stolen second. In the overall placements, all 4 of the players from this table were next to each other. Navitas, Vivi, Suizo, then Kias. Pretty insane, yeah. Vivi had joked that she had feared for a second that she had knocked out this entire table, which was a possibility. If other people who were playing at the time had gotten better scores, or there was a possibility that through Vivi's Zimo at the end, that she could have knocked out all of us. Yeah, you got cut by 4 points. That's crazy. Yeah. So yeah, I don't think I did badly in this tournament overall. I'm actually really proud of myself. I think that's impossible. Well, we thought it was the funniest thing that could have happened. We were kept Wing in chat. Or like maybe theoretically possible. I think you did well, Cute Nutters. Thank you, Miwa. I honestly am very proud of myself. I know that like some of you were like, oh no, was she disappointed? But actually, I thought I did really well. And I'm really proud of how far I got. And I think I played better than, you know, like I played against very, very difficult people. And I think I did well, even though, as Rox knows, and as all you know, I don't even know all the rules. Like 80% of the time, I don't know the rules. Like, I don't know what's going on, you know? Like, I don't have a full vision of the game. I was Mahjong homeschooled. Was this your first problem? Yeah, I didn't know what it was, and Suizo had to explain it to me. Someone had to explain it to me later. Like, oh, the POW is this. Yeah. See, like, that's the thing. Like, I feel like for someone like me, it's hard. You need to stop pushing one-han games where you are Mangan apart in South 3. Yeah, that's true. That is true, Rogue. You are Worlds of Rogue. You are very, very true. And in fact, that's something that Q had really tried to drill into our team, because something he realized, and this was during the flock tournaments when we had captains, something he realized quite quickly was like, I was not sufficiently aware enough about what my point value was in those later turns, and I needed to be made much more conscious of them. So within the past couple months, I've picked up on, oh, I need to be much more mindful in South 3, South 4 about where I am, and make much more clear, you know, like decisions that are not going to be detrimental at such a pivotal point in the game. So, you know, it is something that I can work on. It is something I can work on. But I think it's important that you said that and you reminded me, like, please be mindful in South 3 and South 2 as well. South 2, South 3, South 4. Just look at what the value is, look at your relative positioning, and be mindful about what you're pushing. Because it's not worth it sometimes at that particular point. To me, it was worth it because I was trying my very best to steal second from Suizo, who's only one Han away from me. So that one Han hand difference was so meaningful, and my high pie was so shit, and I was so desperate that I was just trying my best to push as quick as possible. And I didn't have a lot to work with. So, and everyone else was so fast. So it's just like, you know, there's not great options in any case, but I did my best. In any case, I'm pretty tired. I'm pretty tired. I'm gonna go make some supper. In the meantime, yeah, thank you. I think we did well, and I appreciate that you all came out to hang out with me and like talk through Mahjong and that kind of thing. Let's let's go. Let's raid into someone. I wonder. I mean, let me just see. We'll raid into someone. Let me see. I'm gonna raid tips. I want to raid tips and tricks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for being on stream with me while I reviewed. We're gonna raid tips and tricks. Please tell tips I said hello. I'll see you all next time on stream. We should play some games. See you later. Bye-bye.